Dryden lands should Ren not return. Ren's hand curled tightly around the valise he'd brought with him from the boat. He'd not trusted it to remain with his trunks to be brought ashore separately. His future was in the valise. The letter of introduction and a copy of Cousin Merrymore's will bequeathing him 51% interest in a sugar plantation. Majority interest in a profitable business. There would be shareholders to deal with, but technically the entire place was his to control. He would not fail. As unseemly as it was for a gentleman of his birth, he'd made it a point to know the dynamics of trade. He'd quietly made investments on the exchange, invested in an occasional cargo. He'd listened to discussions in Parliament and taken an active interest in political circles when he was in London. As a result, he did not come to Barbados without at least some knowledge of Britain's colonial gem, nor did he come without his opinions. He would make an honest profit, and he would pay an honest wage to see it done. He would not raise his family up by abusing the sweat of other men. Even a desperate man had ethics. "Ahoy there! Dryden, is that you?" A tall, bronzed man with sun-bleached hair cut through the crowd, taking Ren by momentary surprise. Ren might not have recognized the man, but he'd know the voice of his one-time best friend anywhere in the world. Case in point, London would have an apoplexy if it could see its one-time ballroom favorite now. The Caribbean had bleached his dark blonde hair and tanned his pale skin. Kit Sherrard. Ren felt his face break into a wide grin. "I wasn't sure if you'd make it." He'd sent a letter on the mail packet preceding him telling Kit of his arrival, but there'd been no chance to receive a response. "Of course I made it. I wouldn't leave you stranded at the docks." Kit pulled him into a strong embrace. "What has it been, Ren? 5 years?" 5 long years. Look at you, Kit. "Barbados agrees with you," Ren exclaimed. He couldn't get over the completeness of his friend's transformation. Kit had always been wild at heart, but now the wildness had entirely taken over. His hair was not only bleached, but long, and his dress more closely resembled the loose clothing of those swarming the docks than the traditional breeches and coats Ren had on. They looked more comfortable, too, but the eyes were the same. A sharp, shrewd sea blue. It was Kit all right, and it felt good to see a friendly face. "It does indeed," Kit laughed as a pretty coffee-skinned fruit seller approached, swinging her hips. "Fresh fruit, me loves, the best on the island. Is this handsome fellow a friend of yours, Mr. Kit?" She wafted a firm round orange under Ren's nose, teasing him with its citrusy scent. The persuasion was effective. After 2 weeks without anything resembling fresh, the orange was a temptation nonpareil. She might as well have been Eve with an apple, and if Eve had been wearing a scoop-necked blouse like this island beauty, Ren completely understood why Adam had eaten it. "He's come all the way from London, Liddy. You be good to him." Kit gave her 2 coins and took the fruit, tossing it to Ren. "Are all your friends these handsome?" Liddy flirted with Ren, the loose neck of her blouse gaping open to offer a quick glimpse of firm, round fruit of a more erotic sort. She flashed him an inviting smile. Kit feigned wounded pride, a hand on his heart. "More handsome than me, Liddy." Liddy laughed. "You're too much for a poor girl like me, Mr. Kit. Are you going to introduce me?" "Liddy, this is Ren Dryden, Albert Merrymore's cousin. He's going to be taking over Sugarland Plantation." Ren thought he saw Liddy take the slightest step backwards. Her next words confirmed it wasn't his imagination. "There's trouble out there." She shot a warning glance at Kit. "You better tell him about the spirits and the witch woman, Mr. Kit." She fumbled with a string about her neck and pulled a necklace over her head. A chunk of black coral hung from a strip of leather. She handed it to Ren. "You're going to need protection. This will keep the bad spirits."